wine on the couch on this Tuesday morning. Good to see you. Mayor Olivia Chow was on this sofa.
Both
doesn't matter.
work.
So yesterday. Great conversation.
Chesterfield?
With Chesterfield.
Whatever you want, yeah.
Was on this Chesterfield yesterday with Tammy Sutherland. Great discussion. And it was ahead of a meeting yesterday with the Premier of Ontario, Doug Ford. First time they've officially met since Olivia Chow won the mayoralship of the City of Toronto. Meeting went a little longer than anticipated. Toronto's massive budget shortfall, one of the topics discussed as Chow and Ford met for the first time yesterday. The new deal, agreed by both, is a working group aiming to help deal with the city's ballooning budget, which has a $1.5 billion shortfall. The one other piece of news that did come out of this, Doug Ford says the province is adding $42 million to the portable housing benefit, $24 million of which will be given to the city of Toronto to help out with the refugee crisis. It wasn't that long ago that the feds chimed in with nearly $100 million in money to help out along the same lines. I do have to say, because I saw this off the front, this press conference, guys, the tone that our Premier has taken to our new mayor compared to election time when Olivia Chow won is rather fascinating. I have a quote from about a week before Olivia Chow won the mayoral election. This is from Doug Ford, quote, "If Olivia Chow gets in, it'll be an unmitigated disaster," end quote. Boy, though, they were friendly yesterday. Like, this is what I can never get into politics because I take everything personally. I can never live in that world where you can say that about another human being and then just have a chummy photo op in a meeting and everything's fine. But listen, that's the life they've chosen. It is what it is. Diva, how do you hope this relationship goes here? Because the City of Toronto needs some help.
Well, Mayor Chow said, that's election talk, and that's what it is. And again, when you're in it, you get it. It's like trash talk in sports. You know that when you're on the court, you're on the field, or on the ice, you're going to talk smack to your opponent. That's cool. And then you'd be like, shake hands when the game's over. I'm okay with that. I get it. Bringing the framed photo of their family history of working together, I thought that was a little interesting. A nice gesture maybe for that election talk. Instantly offering up money for the housing situation, I think, is a great start. But it needs to be a lot more for this city.
So
a lot more.
This is what Devo's referring to. This was right off the front of the press conference.
Her face, she's like, "Hey, what is this?"
It actually, like, it was a cool photo. It was with Doug back in the day, Olivia Chow, the late Rob Ford, the late Jack Layton. Also, Olivia Chow's late mother-in-law was in the photo. It was actually, listen, I've been accused of not having a soul, and part of that is true. I found this kind of touching. It was a very nice moment off the front.
It was the I talked smack to you during the game.
So here it is.
Here we are now.
Sorry.
We're not doing the game anymore.
And a picture, there was an image showing Jack Layton and Rob Ford sitting together in council. They used to be seatmates at City Council.
That's a cool photo.
So that was the photo, and she said, do you want to make me cry, kind of thing, like,
they had lost.
So they share a little bit of history there. I do hope that the relationship flourishes. I do. I mean, that would be good, beneficial for all of us. And that was one concern when she was not only campaigning, but when she was elected. How are they going to get along when Toronto does need this money? It seems like they're going to be okay. Cynthia Mulligan did a story last night about this switch in tone and just talked about whether or not this is a switch in order to, kind of distract from the Greenbelt and be able to show people that, with now approval ratings at a record low for Doug Ford since he's been elected in 2018, just to show that, yes, he is here to help. He wants to help the biggest city in the country, in Ontario, and be able to provide enough for everyone. So it could be that there is a little bit of that, more politics playing into this.
Maybe.
I think it also shows that they would like some help federally. And so if the two of them are in sort of an about face together, that they can also call on some of that federal money too to go toward what we desperately need here in this city.
For sure. Yeah. I don't agree with Doug Ford on a lot of things. The one thing I'll always give Doug credit on, or our Premier on, is he will work with anybody. He will. How many press conferences with Justin Trudeau have I seen? That was a very cordial polite day with really someone who has no political similarities with at all in Mayor Chow. I just thought something got done yesterday. You don't always see that anymore because this city needs help now. And I do appreciate how this premier can work. You can clearly say whatever he wants about anybody. When it comes time to actually maybe cutting some deals and getting some work done, I do like how he approaches it. Now, maybe we could talk about the Greenbelt another day, but in terms of this, I was oddly positive at the end of that meeting.
But should that impress you? Should that be every politician?
They got something
No, but
over
should
the
every
line.
politician be able to work with every other politician
Well,
when you're in that position?
You're correct, but that's also wishful thinking
Yeah.
in 2023. You're bang on. That's how it should go.
Like, that doesn't impress me. That's your job.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Work with every other level. When you're at that higher level, work with the municipalities. That's what you're supposed to do. You're their manager in a sense.
But that's not how he started out as premier. Like, he came in like a
Right.
bull in a china shop, and he just tried to kind of fight everyone he could. And he said, yeah, this is not how this is going to go. This is not how I'm going to stay in power. It's not how I'm going to govern. So I'll give him credit for changing. But yeah, it should be like that. I'm with you.
I get what you're saying.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
It should be like that. But the cynic in me will take what I can get when we can take it. Interesting moment yesterday. Let us know, Breakfast TV, your thoughts on that. Tammy's got news coming up. It's a busy news cycle. Also later on BT, we're speaking to a motivational youth speaker and author on how you can let go, ironically enough, based on what we just talked about, of other people's opinions about you and not let them wear you down. That's coming out 7:28. You're watching BT.